My ears are popping.
Like your lip gloss in the last episode?
Yes.
What was that? Should we bring back dabbing?
No.
Every time you say something cool in this episode, I'm gonna... And if it's really cool, 2 dabs.
Ew. It's the worst.
But if it's super cool, 1, 2, 3. 3 dabs. We're bringing it back. Welcome to Vinyl Reckoning. My name is Matt.
I'm Stacy.
We did it.
We freaking did it.
Why are you whispering?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. We did it. We checked off a bucket list record store for us.
Sure did.
We went to...
Noble Records.
Sure remembered. It's the
I
first
will.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll always... it's Noble Records.
It's a bucket list shop. Of course I'll remember the name.
Of course.
Duh.
For those that don't know Noble Records, you're wrong.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
You should know.
We have a weird history with Noble Records.
We do.
I've been following Dylan, who is the owner of the shop and the YouTube channel that we are huge fans of. I've been following him on Instagram since way before the shop opened, when he was
Same.
just doing like pop-ups and buying collections.
Yeah.
And we've both been following him since
years.
before we even met.
Yeah.
And we kind of bonded over talking about Noble Records and what he does. But I think the minute he announced he was opening a brick and mortar, we were like, we at one point in our lives will have to go to that.
Yeah.
That is top of our bucket list. Well,
We did it.
we did it. It's 3 hours away.
We did it.
We did it. It's 3 hours
Only
away.
3 hours. Not even. Like barely 3 hours.
Barely 3 hours away. So we got a hotel that, we brought Miller. We packed him up in a suitcase. And...
No, whatever.
No, we
It's way
did.
too big for a suitcase.
So we pulled up about 2 minutes before we opened, and I was like, we're gonna get there right when they open. We're gonna do this. We're gonna be the first ones in the store. And Stacey had to use the bathroom.
Yeah, thanks, Crohn's.
So we had to drive around for about 25 minutes.
Not that long.
3 days.
We drove around for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And 2 gas stations later.
The contrast between the minimal exterior and just the gloriousness that is inside.
Right. Okay,
I was nervous walking in.
I was a little nervous, probably not as nervous as you, but I think I walked in and was just like, I'm in here.
You made eye contact with the dreamiest eyes on YouTube.
He greets us and it's like, ah.
We're here. We've made it to the promised land.
Right. The clear skies open up and the lights shine down and we are inside of Noble Records.
And it is so clearly run by a man that loves music.
Absolutely.
This, I think I've heard him say multiple times he never thought about owning a store. You could have fooled me.
Right.
You could have fooled me.
It's great.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
Everything.
It's like, it's just messy enough to be like, what can I find in here?
Right.
But it's also so easy to navigate.
It kind of reminded me a little bit, the layout was like that store we went to in Birmingham. It was a lot like that.
Seasick Records.
Yeah, which I like that layout. Like it was really roomy and you're not like standing on top of people to look inside the bins.
We walk in, we are greeted by our YouTube celebrity
Yeah.
with the dreamy eyes.
We didn't fangirl too hard.
Internally, because I've never been nervous walking into a record store, right?
Yeah.
In this, I was like, okay, don't do anything stupid.
My dad is a giant fan, and so of course, naturally, I texted him, the outside, and his first question was, "Is Dylan there?"
Yep.
And so I was like,
It's the
"Yes,
eyes.
yes,
the
we
eyes.
love Dylan."
The curation of that store is, we've thrown this around a lot when we say, oh, this store has something for everybody, this store is something for everybody. It's not the first time we're saying this. it's so purposeful that he stocks that store with everything.
Yeah.
New and used.
Yep.
New and used.
A lot of both.
You walk in, you're immediately greeted by the new arrivals used section.
I avoided that area because it was like kind of busier,
Yeah.
there were always someone there. So I kind of just, started on the sides or the back and kind of just like,
Yep.
until I saw an opening, and then I would make my way. So I think it took me, a good few minutes to like actually look through that whole thing, which is cool. I didn't mind. Like, I'll take my turn. That's good.
We did hit Noble Records up on Instagram asking if we could bring our dog because, we don't want to just assume.
Yeah, and
Right.
he was such a good boy the whole time.
There's any record store that has like a specific section for stoner doom metal is totally okay in my book.
Right? I was like, come look over here.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this? Had some stuff that I had never heard of. Not that I'm like an expert on stoner doom, but I do love it. And there was some stuff I wanted to grab. I didn't end up grabbing, but because I was really trying to stick with like used stuff on this visit.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I was finding left and right.
Gems, man.
There was stuff all over the walls.
Yeah, it was really cool looking.
And there's no rhyme or reason.
Nope, doesn't need to have it.
I really wish he had those Noble Records flags that he has hanging up.
They're
with
so
the,
fun.
With the bus. I
Yeah.
wish those were for sale because
Yeah.
I didn't see that they were for sale. But if you got an extra one, I'll buy it from you.
Money, please.
Because
Yeah,
that thing
pretty
is
cool.
That thing is phenomenal. So the patronage in there was really, really cool. You could tell that all of them, if not just like a vast majority of them, were locals. Miller was saying hi to all of them.
Right.
And they were all so very sweet to my dog, so thank you.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of them knew who Dylan was, or
Yeah.
it was a lot of like coming in, hey, good to see you again, kind of conversations. So that was very like wholesome.
That's what you want from a record store.
course.
I think just the couple hours, I think we were in there for maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
You could tell that, the store hasn't been open for that long, and he's created this community.
Right. It was a lot of traffic, and it was like good traffic.
Yeah, and there was like non-pretentious conversations
Correct, yeah.
going on about music.
It was nice.
Because I don't know if you know this, record collectors, they're fairly particular. There were some insane speakers in there that he
Yeah.
had for sale, all used, of course, from what I could tell. It was overwhelming.
It was a good amount of equipment.
What seemed to be a little stage by them too. I enjoyed that. I was like, what are you doing here, pal?
Shows eventually.
Yeah, I would hope so.
That'd be great.
That'd be cool to go see like something
Anything.
there. Yeah, anything there. Without swearing, holy moly wall. That's what he calls it. There was some great jazz, some Pearl Jam. What I love about Noble Records as just a whole entity and not just the store is that he's unapologetically a fan of what he is a fan of,
Right.
and a wonderful storyteller.
Oh, yeah.
You want to tell him?
What?
We did something a little bit different.
What are we doing?
We strapped a camera to Stacy.
Oh, Stacey Cam.
So if you're ever wondering what it's like to be 4'8" inside of a record store, we're gonna cut in some wonderful. Let's just do a montage. So we spent about 2 hours in there. I needed to sit down and take a break, so we sat down in the in the beautiful blue,
Hello.
beautiful yellow couch section. The infamous one. I don't know why it's infamous. Maybe it's only infamous for me.
Probably.
Because that was like the first thing I remember when he showed people the store.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's just a nice couch. It's
famous.
It's a nice little seating area. I like it.
And it's inviting.
Yeah. It's comfortable. There's like little cool music magazines and rugs. You know how I feel about rugs.
They have rugs. Maybe some rugs. The good ones, they have rugs.
Almost every record that I saw had a grading, which was really, really nice. And I've gone through some of our pickups, and his grading is on point. His pricing is on point. We did catch him slipping on one.
You done messed up, A.A. Ron!
What? Oh yeah.
We will talk about that
I
later.
guess.
I think if anybody's on the fence about making any sort of road trip to Noble Records,
Freaking do it.
do it. It was
it.
worth it. Now,
Yeah.
we did get, we said in the beginning, we did get a hotel.
Yeah.
And that's just because we're old and we didn't want to drive like 3 hours and then dig all day and then drive another 3 hours. So
we like to sleep, so.
yeah, sleeping's pretty tight.
Yeah, it's great.
What else you got to say about Noble Records?
Oh, I think I've said it all. It's just great.
It was
It's nice.
It was kind of a privilege.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was comfortable. It was fun. What we found was great.
The yellow
So-
van,
Oh yeah, the yellow van was there.
I
Duh.
touched it.
You touched it. I didn't get to touch it. I noticed it though.
I was like,
look at that. Oh.
yeah. We like kind of lived out like a little dream of ours.
Well, yeah, we did, and I think it's because we saw it grow. We saw it become what it is, and
Yeah.
we were around and knew of him, you know, before.
The store.
Yeah, before any of that ever started. So I think, you know, we kind of grew with it.
When we were in Austin, or I was in Austin, you were in Arizona and stuff like that. That wasn't a fathomable thing. Is that a word?
Fathomable.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. We'll call it a thing.
You're right. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't. Like we kind of just never. It wasn't like a thing we talk about planning because you know.
I think when we decided to move here, I was like, "Do you know how close we'll be to Noble Records?"
I think that was like when we were deciding to move here. We were just like, how far is it?
Now, I don't. Obviously, we're not going to do this every weekend and hit up there, but
No.
I'm already thinking about making another trip just because
Yeah, maybe in a few months.
we picked up a lot of stuff and we found some heat. I'm starting to use that now. Heat.
Some heat.
People are using it. I want to
guess,
use
whatever.
it. I feel young
I was about to say that, but
when I. Let's get to our pickups.
yeah, please.
Oh my God.
So excited.
Okay. So you got me into this band. This is my first pickup. Nice little used copy. You got me into this band.
I did, and you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Fun story about this one. So this is from Indian Lakes.
Everything feels better now.
But from Indian Lakes, great band. I actually picked this out of like the used like rock or indie
It was like
section.
modern or something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
And I said, "Don't you need this one?" And you were like, "No, I already have that one." So I was like, "I'm gonna get this for myself then because I really do like this record." So I picked this up and I was like, "There's some good stuff in here."
Yeah, and I had noticed you picked up like one or two other ones that I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like I like those records. So I
Yep.
started to dig in that section. It's my turn.
Yeah. What did you find?
I freaking found something that was on my Discogs wish list for years. And I never thought I would see it in the wild. But it's the freaking one I needed. From Indian Lakes, Absent Sounds. I had already had obviously the one he picked up, and I was like, nope, that's not the one I need, but the one I need is called Absent Sounds. So when I started looking, I was like,
Oh, this is where we caught you slipping, bud.
So the Green Splash variant apparently last sold for like 60 to 80.
Yep.
So I got it for 45. Thank you. I can't believe it.
Come slipping.
Off my want list. It's off my want list.
And it's really nice to be in a position where like you can still go to record stores and find out of print used stuff at a fair price,
Right.
Without having to resort to going online. Because in all honesty, I think we would have paid more for that,
I would have.
knowing that we were supporting
And
an indie record store.
absolutely.
Yep.
And I think when we go to a lot of stores, sometimes we do, like if the price is a little higher, we do like to go and look on Discogs to like compare and see what it's going for. I don't think we did that here. And I think that has a lot to do with like us trusting his prices and then actually not kind of giving a hoot if a crap stop
A hoot.
not caring, you know, like what if he marked it up a little bit because you want to like support the store.
Next pickup, Movements, Outgrown Things.
That was in like the new used arrivals in front.
This is a record I've been looking for a minute, and the only in-stock copies were at Newberry Comics, and I'm good. I don't want to give them my money. So I found this. Going rate for this is $20. I paid $20.
So good.
It's in phenomenal shape.
My turn.
Good turn.
My turn. I'll do this one. This was in that little modern section too, and I was like pretty shocked because everybody knows I love me some Mariah Carey. My All in Breakdown featuring Bone Thugs and Harmony. So it has, you know,
Remixes from Butterfly, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It's from the album Butterfly, but it's, you know, $6.99. Couldn't pass it up.
Fun little 12-inch single.
Yeah, I love me some Mariah. So
Who doesn't?
Right.
Mariah, you're on fire.
Oh my God, ew!
Next one is a record I've been looking for a minute. I wanted to, it's that I'd rather just find it in the wild. Rival Schools, United by Fate. This is the Run for Cover pressing. I know SRC Vinyl did like a whole remaster reissue like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. But yeah, United by Fate, Rival Schools, great record. Highly recommend checking it out. Pick it up. This is the teal version. You know, $30 for a record that usually goes around 40.
But I found this one. It was only for $4.99. It's Elvis Greatest Hits Volume 1. And I mean, who doesn't love a Greatest Hits album?
And Elvis.
Like, yeah, really, exactly. So, yeah, it's a
What's
good
on
one.
it?
Suspicious Minds, The Wonder of You, Big Hunk of Love, There Goes My Everything.
Nice.
Good stuff, yeah.
Burning Love. This is the only new record I picked up. And we mentioned earlier that, you know, you shouldn't be ashamed of the music you listen to. Now, after this album, nothing really spoke to me from this band.
Yeah.
However, I think this album absolutely rips. I think I'm not ashamed to thoroughly enjoy this album. Dave Matthews Band, Under the Table and Dreaming. I mean, come on.
Was it really that much?
No, I ripped the sticker off.
Oh.
So no, it was not $3.99.
I was like,
That'd be great.
I'm like, wait a minute.
But Dylan, what are you doing?
Like,
man?
why didn't I grab one too?
Yeah. So this is, I mean, you know, there's nothing I need to explain about this album.
Yeah,
it's Dave
it's
Matthews
just
Band.
freaking wonderful.
It's a great record.
So I have been wanting this one for a while, and I think it just was like a really good price. Has my favorite songs. Snail Mail, Habit. Super indie-ish. Good stuff.
I like Snail Mail.
Yeah, I love Snail Mail. So good. I feel like I was super indie on this trip. But, I mean, that's like one of my favorite genres. And
Sad girl shit.
yeah, sad girl shit, and he had like the best sad girl shit.
I take suggestions from Noble Records videos.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always like, hey, you know, if he says this rips, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing is, it doesn't always speak to me, and that's fine.
That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah. This one did, however. I think this is the third pressing of this record. So the description, and I will read it, because this description is what kind of sold me before I listened to it. Top guitar heavy jammer / blues rock private press album from Southern Illinois, 1971. Recorded at legendary Golden Voice Recording Studios. Killer dual guitars, organ, congas, harp. ... Farm.
That's cool.
This, I think, is the third pressing. It is. I think he has 3 exclusive pressings of this record, but he set out a pre-order not too long ago, and I just slept on it. I was like, I'm going to get it this time, got distracted, forgot, sold out, I think. And when we were in the store, he had like a stack of like 6 or 7 of them, and he was just like, yeah, those are leftovers. I was like, oh, cool, they are for sale. It's not like he was like packing up pre-orders or anything. So I grabbed one, and I am so very excited to spin this. This is one of the recommendations that came from his channel that I absolutely adore.
Yeah.
It's a really cool listen. I'd recommend it. Your turn. Your last record.
My last one, and when I saw it, I was like, yep, getting it. like just like the last one, it has my favorite songs. Soccer Mommy, Color Theory. It has frickin' Circle the Drain, Yellow is the Color of Her Eyes. And those are like the best frickin' songs ever.
This is the sad girl stuff.
Yeah, more sad girl stuff.
You should never ask me about my record collection, though.
Yeah, because I'll never shut up. That's okay.
That was
I
mean.
love it though.
That was mean. It's fun.
That's how we like, you know, get
Don't-
to know each other is
don't
telling
do it.
each other about our record collections. Don't me. See how mean he is with me?
Okay.
So mean.
Okay. So this is my last pickup. We're over that. This
Cut it all
is
out.
Just no, we're keeping it.
No!
But we're over it. This is the last record. This was in the used new arrival. Madman Across the Water, Elton John. This is the 50th year anniversary pressing, so it's. I hate the PVC sleeve it's in, but whoever owned this before me or the store itself put this dope
That's fine.
disc keeper by City Sleeve so it doesn't get ruined because PVC is trash for your records. I love this record.
Yeah.
They had other copies that were cheaper, but I thought the variant was cool.
I thought it looked really cool too.
And so I was like, yeah, let's pick this up. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to lie to anyone. This is my first Elton John record.
Wow, look at you.
I know. I love Elton John.
I do too.
But I never...
He's got Tiny Dancer on there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Come on. Come on.
Great.
Now, I don't normally buy t-shirts that invite people to talk to me,
Right?
but I really liked this shirt.
Or anything that like says anything.
Yeah.
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 I know.
You got a cool shirt, too.
Yeah. Mine is like the Bleach album. Bleach by Nirvana.
Yeah.
And then yours
Yours just invites you to speak to me.
asked me about my record collection, which I was like, oh my God. I mean, obviously when I first saw the bleached versions of the shirts, I always wanted one.
Yeah.
So that's why I got it. But when I saw yours, I was like, oh my God, that's a perfect shirt.
So that's
John
it.
isn't even Italian.
That's Noble Records.
Oh my God, we did it. We drove to Noble Records.
And then we just parked and left. Didn't pick anything up.
Whatever. We just showed them what we picked up. It was great. It was great. Keep it up.
Travel across the country.
Yeah.
Life's short. Buy that plane ticket. I'm kidding. Don't. Pay your bills.
Yeah, pay your bills first.
At least.
And then buy the records.
Then buy the records.
Yeah.
Noble Records was wonderful. We got awesome t-shirts. We had a very, very
was
good
great.
time. They were very, very welcoming to our dog. Can't hate that. Can't hate that. Can't hate that. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were very welcoming to our dog. So
Right.
that's great. Overall, a 10 out of 10 experience. We will end up going back.
Absolutely.
Final thoughts.
Oh man. Just wow. It was great. It was everything I expected and more. So
And
thanks, Dylan, and take care of yourself and each other.
for Vinyl Reckoning, my name is Matt.
I'm Stacy.
Y'all be easy.
Bye.
Have a good night.